We are following some breaking news right now. This is along the 405 freeway. Eliana Moreno overhead in News Chopper 4. Eliana, what do we have here?
Colleen, what we have is a big rig fire. This is right here northbound 405 at the 5 in Mission Hills. Let me push in here on the actual big rig. You see that it was actually able to detach from the trailer, and it's the trailer that is on fire. But as I widen out the shot, you're going to see what happened here. We're right up against a hill, and the fire started to make its way uphill and is now burning into Eden Park Memorial, the cemetery there right by the hospital. This is also causing major delays here on the northbound side of the 405 down to just the carpool lane at this point, with heavy delays starting at the 118. LA City Fire Department on scene on the ground and the air. They actually just sent one of their helicopters over here that's going to start to make water drops here on the brush. It's unclear how the driver is doing on all of this or what may have started the fire, but again, a fire that is that started as a big rig fire on the freeway has now made its way into the cemetery here in Mission Hills. Colleen?
Eliana, I was going to ask you, are they only fighting this from the freeway up at this point?
Yeah, so at this point we only have those ground crews on the freeway, Colleen. I'm not seeing any at the actual cemetery, but as I was just saying, my pilot George telling me that a fire helicopter from the LA City Fire Department has been dispatched to the scene. So it's going to be their job to try to knock it down from above. And if we can push forward just a little bit, George, maybe just to the right. I know we're dodging the helicopter. He's right out our side here. We'll perhaps be able to show you some of those flames at the cemetery. George, would you be able to get a little bit closer to the cemetery perhaps so we can show those flames? So as he talks to the other helicopters here and gets us in position, again, it's Eden Park Memorial. It's the one right there next to Holy Cross Hospital here in Mission Hills. That's what's on fire. As far as we can tell, there's no ground units up there. It's just the helicopter up above. I do see somebody running there through the cemetery, but difficult to tell if it's a civilian or a firefighter. But again, I see now 2 helicopters from the LA City Fire Department that are now on scene and are going to start dropping water on this fire.
Eliana, how close is the hospital there?
The hospital is literally right across the street, Colleen. You see the buildings there coming into the frame. So we're actually right. It's an area where you've got the hospital and then you've got the cemetery all right next to each other. There's also a school here. It's a highly populated area in terms of buildings and homes, but you do have the large cemetery here, and that appears to be what is most impacted here in terms of the flames, as the fire started there at the foot of the hill on the freeway, and fires tend to move very quickly uphill, of course, and that's exactly what happened in this situation, burning onto the floor here of the cemetery in Mission Hills.
But as I look at that, Eliana, it would seem that the cemetery at least would give it a big break before it hit some of the other areas around there. Am I right about that?
I'm sorry, Colleen, then the IFB dropped out as you were asking your question. Go ahead.
You know what? We are having a little bit of a problem with communication. Let me just tell you once again, this is off the 405 freeway in Mission Hills. Apparently there was a big rig fire. Firefighters are fighting it from the freeway at this point, and we just saw them bring in water dropping choppers as well.